Hello everyone and welcome back to our top 10 series where I give you super cool, awesome top 10 lists. I'm Court McGinley. Today we have the top 10 shocking facts to blow your mind part 4. Whew, yeah, we've made a lot of these. You guys love part 1, part 2, and part 3, so here is part 4. But before we get started on this list, I want to know, what is the most mind-blowing thing you've ever learned? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright, let's get started. In our number 10 spot, should have been Billionaire. There was actually a third Apple founder. His name was Ronald Wayne, and he actually sold his 10% stake in the company back in 1976 for only $800. He left the company after only 12 days on the job. The reason he left was because simply he wasn't passionate about it. If Ronald would have kept his stake in the company, he would have been worth more than $48.7 billion today. He says that if he would have known this company would have made 300 people millionaires in only 4 years, then he would have stayed those 4 years. But after that time would have passed, he still would have walked away. That's gotta sting a little. In at number 9, God, Electronics, and Tribute. According to Amazon, the most highlighted Kindle books are the Bible, the Steve Jobs biography, and the Hunger Games. All extremely opposite but popular. Well, I guess the common ground is that they're all stories of triumph at one point or another, and they all have strong role models. Still an interesting pairing nonetheless. At number 8, Smoochers. Prairie dogs say hello with kissing. Ooh, you're frisky little things, aren't you? The reason they do this is to recognize each other and to determine whether or not they are part of their prairie dog social group. But if they're not part of the same social group, then look out, because they will fight each other. Oh my god, from love to hate in a blink of an eye. This sounds like high school with all of the cliques. You stick with your own group and you fight the others. Jeez, this is vicious. In at number 7, You Shall Not Pass. Turns out Ian McKellen wasn't the first choice to be Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies. Sean Connery was given the role, but he turned it down. He said he read the book, he read the script, he watched the movie, and he still didn't understand it. This honestly was a role of a lifetime that he passed up. If he took this role, he would have earned $450 million. Oh my god. You pretend to understand something for that amount of money. He was offered $30 million to play the wizard, and the Warner Brothers producers attempted to seal this deal by offering him an additional 15% of the franchise's box office takings. So altogether that would have totaled $450 million. You're an actor, so you couldn't have acted like you knew what you were doing? At number 6, corn chips. Turns out dogs' feet smell like corn chips. Go ahead, if you own a dog, go smell their feet and check. I'll wait. I've owned dogs for 20 years of my life and I never realized this. But then again, I never took the time to smell my dog's feet. So yeah. But this is a thing. The corn chip scent is usually caused by some bacteria that are completely natural, but they give somewhat a yeast-like odor. So if you're hanging out with your dogs and you smell corn chips, now you know why. In at number 5, 3-pointers. Turns out there's a basketball court that's located above the Supreme Court, and it's known as the highest court in the land. That's right, this court is on the 5th floor of the United States Supreme Court building. Who knew? This means that it's actually higher up than the actual courtroom, which is located on the 2nd floor. The court was once used as a room to store journals, but then in the 1940s it was converted into a workout area for the courthouse workers. Later, wooden backboards and baskets were installed. The court is used by clerks, off-duty police officers, and other Supreme Court employees. Number 4. ABC. This is something I probably never would have realized because you just don't really think of it. If you start counting at 1 and you spell out each number as you go, you aren't going to use the letter A until you reach 1000. When you actually think about it, you realize it, but it's actually pretty bizarre. Number 3, bathroom paintings. Right now, the priceless painting that is the Mona Lisa is safe and sound in the Louvre, and it's been there ever since the end of the French Revolution. Before this, it spent a brief period of time in Napoleon's bedroom, but the weirdest place it's ever been was in King Francis's bathroom. That's right, after Leonardo da Vinci's death, King Francis of France hung this masterpiece in his bathroom. I honestly can't believe this. King Francis is known for having possession of so many glorious paintings, so maybe he didn't have any room? But I mean, the Mona Lisa is actually pretty small, as it's 77 centimeters by 53 centimeters. Yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of room. In at number 2, Netflix. Oh, Netflix, the best way to kill kill time and catch up on your favorite shows. It turns out Netflix almost wasn't a thing. What would we be doing with our lives without Netflix? Who knows? But the creator behind it, Reed Hastings, actually came up with the idea after he racked up a $40 late fee on a VHS copy of Apollo 13. Now the question at hand. For those of you who don't know, a VHS tape is something that all of us older people used to watch. It was before DVDs ever existed. But thanks to his tardiness, we now have Netflix. Yay! And in our number 1 spot, Tootsie Pops. Now I have a very intriguing and never-ending question. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? At one point in time, I would have said, the world may never know. But as it turns out, a licking machine was invented. Why they made a licking machine, I couldn't tell you, but the number of licks it took this machine to get to the center was 364. Yeah, not 365. This thing made it there in 364 licks. There you guys have it. That's a list of the top 10 shocking facts to blow your mind part 4. If you want me to do a part 5, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.